Hello and good morning. Today we will be covering lower extremity workouts. The three that we will be covering is ball squat, curl to press. We will be doing a step up, curl to press. And lastly, we will be doing a lunge, curl to press. All of these lower extremity exercises are multi-planar and address issues that can stimulate leg movement, stability, and flexibility through range of motion. Jen here will be demonstrating those three moves, but before we begin, I'll be demonstrating how each and every one of them will be progressed and regressed at the like of the client if any issues do arise. First exercise that I will be demonstrating is ball squat with a curl to press. What we want to do, place our ball in the lumbar region, shoulder width apart. You'll have your weights designated for you, making sure they're at your sides. What we will do now is squat slowly down, making sure all our weight is at our heels. Once we reach our desired level, stand up, activate your glutes. Once you're at the upright position, curl, press all the way up, making sure we completely extend and drawing our navel in. Make sure that the midsection is drawing in. After this, return back, inward adduction, and you're done. Again, one regression that we can do is, if this is too painful for the client, is we can decrease how low we go. But if we do want to challenge the client, there are other recommendations that can be made. One could be, as you're squatting down and back up, we can do single arm. We can also do alternating arm. And lastly, we can also do single leg. Next exercise that my client Jen will be performing is a lunge, back up to a curl to press. Same identical standards related to the ball squat. We want to start with our feet shoulder width apart and our waist to our side. Once we're set, take a small step forward, making sure our heels make contact, bring it down, make sure we have a nice 90-degree angle. Again, step forward, go down, make sure we hold our position, push off our heel, activating our glute. Then from here, curl, horizontally adduct, press all the way to the top, making sure we are drawing in our navel as displayed here. Bring that back down, get into adduction, and curling back down. Again, we want to be mindful that when lunging forward, that our foot is pointing straight forward. Don't let it deviate. Make sure our knee is directly over our toe, standing up, stabilizing, squeezing, drawing our navel, and isokinetically making all motions as smoothly as possible. Last exercise that I will be demonstrating for my client Jen to perform is going to be the step up curl to balance. Similar to the ball squat, again, we're really going to want to focus on our heels to translate and push this body up. So, first things first, nice stable position, feet shoulder width apart, weights with our palms showing, supine position. So what we like to do, step up very firmly, stand tall, bringing your knee up, as you can tell, takes a lot of musculoskeletal coordination. Once we have our balance, curl, press all the way to the top, make sure we extend. Again, drawing in our navel. Once we are still stabilized, bring it back to return position, and step down. Once we're set, opposite leg, bring it up. Once you're stabilized again, curl, press, continue to draw in navel, return back to position, and normal. Now, ways we can progress this is we can actually, since this was side to plane, we can try it from the frontal. So we can actually step, turn in, hold my position, curl, down, and step. Now that I've demonstrated all three moves, we will now see Coach Jen going through these movements as well. Again, going back to ball squat and curling to press. Feet are shoulder width apart. We have our dumbbells to our side, and now she's going to begin to squat slowly. As we can tell, back is completely straight, weight is distributed into the heels. She has now stabilized, contracted up through her glutes, curling up, pressed into the top, navel is drawn in, and returning back to regular position. She's going to go ahead and demonstrate this 2 more times. So again, staying in our heels, knees are right over our toes, curling to the top, great extension, navel still drawn in. Go ahead and try that 1 more time. Again, all we're using the ball for is just to keep our motion straight down and up. We're not really using it to hold our weight. All we're using it, similar to a Swiss machine, is just making sure we're following down up that vertical line. Jen has demonstrated that movement with 8 pounds, so now we have at 5 pounds. Now we're going to add the resistance to 10 pounds. Give it that challenge. So we'll go ahead and drop and descend. Taking it all the way down. You can obviously tell we're having a bit of a tough time though, but the body is adjusting. Now we're going to go ahead and curl. Press all the way to the top. Navel is drawn in, fully extending to the top and bringing it down. I'm going to show 1 more demonstration of this. Clearly you can see the challenge is in there and holding this resistance. Still holding through, just making sure we got to push our knees out. Still drawing in the navel, very, very important to keep that core stabilization. To finish out these curls and motion. Thank you, Jen. Great job. Next movement that my client Jen will be demonstrating is the step up curl to balance. So now what we're going to do, same as before, just going to go ahead and take a step forward, making sure distributing that weight to the heel, take it all the way to the top, bringing that knee up. She's fully stabilized, curling up, all the way to the top, extending. Navel is drawn in, returning back to position, holding that, and coming back down. We're going to go ahead and repeat this 3 more times. 1 more on the other side. We're going to go ahead and try the other side. Nice. Held stabilized position. Reaching all the way to the top. Curling back down. As you can tell, now 1 bit of movement, which is exactly what we want. We're going to go ahead and demonstrate this 2 more times. One on each side. So go ahead, 1 more time. Go ahead, step. A little bit of wobble, not a problem at all though. But we're stabilized. Curling, reaching to the top, and bringing it back down. Noticing that this per repetition is taking close to about 10 seconds though, so the body is working very hard. 1 last time, Jen. Thank you so much. Again, you can tell musculoskeletal coordination is working in place. Numerous body movements are occurring and muscles are being worked. Thank you very much. Now my client Jen is going to be challenged a little bit. We've increased the weight by 3 pounds, so we're going to go ahead and repeat this identical movement. Go ahead and take a step. Going to the top, if you notice, a little bit slower on the stabilization, but that's what we want. We want to challenge the body. There we go. Still making sure we're bringing in that core, keeping everything nice and stabilized so there's no movement. Excellent. We can just demonstrate that 1 more time. You can tell. Through the heel, all the way through, completely stabilized, pushing all the way to the top to the best of our ability, keeping that core nice and straight, bringing all the way down, and firm. One of the progressions that I will be demonstrating for my client Jen is we're going to go ahead and change the plane of movement. So now, facing forward, we're going to try the frontal plane. So we're going to go ahead, take that left step, turn over, heel is placed, knee is raised, core is stabilized, we have extended, and we've stepped down. So we're going to go ahead and demonstrate that 1 more time again. Stepping over, all the way to the top. We are stabilized, in, and back down. Now we're going to go ahead and try the opposite foot. And then we're going to go ahead and step right in. And there you go. Client Jen has stabilized in, has stepped in, is being challenged. Curl comes up, down, takes her time. Great job. One more time. Again, heel is firmly placed on the floor surface. Squeezing through the glutes. Stabilized and activated. Curling up and down. Navel again, very stressing on the navel, keeping that core nice and tight, and move is demonstrated. The last exercise we will be demonstrating is we're going to be doing our lunge curl toe press. So, similar to the other ones though, all balance, core must be stabilized in order for this movement to be executed. So, making sure once we step forward, our knee is right directly before, in front of our toe, so we can successfully push back up, keep everything in line, and press our resistance. So go ahead. So there we go. Established position. Great 90-degree angles. Looking up. Navel is in. Extending all the way to the top of the curl and press. Returning back to position. Go ahead and step on with the left foot. So there we go again. 90-degree angles. Great job holding that position. Stepping up. Curling. And pressing. And go ahead. She's going to go ahead and demonstrate that one more time. Each side. So as you can clearly see. Again, 90-degree angles. Barely touching the floor. Successfully returning back to position. Curling. Pressing. Navel is drawn in. We'll see another demonstration of that. So again, as you can see. Heel. Knees directly over the toe. 90-degree angles. Stepping up successfully. Reaching the top. And over. Now we are going to make it a bit more challenging, and we're going to increase the resistance a bit. So again, taking that step forward. There we go. As you can clearly see, we're having some difficulties, but that is wonderful because we want this resistance to translate positively into muscle hypertrophy and increase performance. So go ahead and demonstrate that one more time. Again, knee directly over toe, holding your position, nice and upright, standing up, navel is drawn in, core is nice and tight, making the curl to press, and return back to position. A successful attempt. We're going to try a progression again, changing planes of motion. So she's now turned herself 45 degrees over, and now she's going to step forward with the lunge. So now, 45 degrees, stepping forward, pivoting on the back, stands up, turns over, stands, curls, presses, still has that navel in, and back into position. So she'll go ahead and turn around 180 degrees. Wonderful. And then now she'll step over with her right foot. Back is pivoted. Everything is in line. Returns back to position. Curls, presses, nice and in line.